It was awesome. You know, Chin is he's had an incredible camp, and seeing him going out there making plays and just the guys in general making plays is incredible always. So, yeah, big shout out to him.
Overall, what would you say you thought about the way that the tempo went for the defense out there today in the first team reps?
It was good. You know, we really wanted to emphasize, stopping the run. 49ers and Coach Shanahan do a great job of, running the football. So, they had a couple little, plays that got leaky in practice, so we wanted to fix those up, and I felt like we did that.
There's a lot of talk over the week about tackling from the first game. How do you think it finally looked in this one? How did it carry over after the conference?
Yeah, it was better for sure. I got to watch the film first, but I think we did a better job, no doubt about it. It's something we got to emphasize. The first preseason game, it's never you can't really replicate that type of tempo and really tackling until you go out there and do it. So yeah, I feel like we made it a focal point, stopping the run, tackling better, and we did that.
Next 2 games. I was going to say 2 games have kind of gotten down to the wire, situational football. How valuable is that, even in the preseason game, for the younger guys to kind of?
Yeah, we know there's going to be some close games. That's that's the NFL. You know what I mean? It's always going to come down to tight football games and who can finish and execute in big moments. And that's something that Coach Carroll talks about often. And we've already had 2 of them already. So yeah, we just got to find ways to keep executing at the highest level when the stakes are the highest.
You guys are rotating a lot of guys along that defensive line. Obviously, I know some guys are competing for playing time, but do you feel like that's one of the deeper groups you've had since you've been here along the defensive line?
Yeah, I know. We have a ton of talent. There's a lot of guys that are trying to prove themselves and continue to get better, and that's what it's all about. Competition brings the best out of you, and I feel like we have a lot of guys that play the game at a high level. They just got to continue moving and moving in the right direction. I feel like they're doing that for sure.
Max, what did you think? What was your reaction to that big run by Ashton? Had the move on Lenore. Just your thoughts on that play. Yeah,
it was crazy. Ashton is a top 10 pick for a reason. So again, to see him get a little more breathing room in the backfield was awesome. And he definitely runs the ball with an emphasis for sure. And it was a hell of a run. And you just see him every day show up and get better. And so yeah, I love what that kid's doing.
Was that his first not welcome to the NFL moment, but the opposite of that, like hello NFL, welcome to Ashton Jeanty kind of thing? Yeah,
I'm here moment. Nah, he does it all the time. The way he runs the ball is he's so compact and strong and twitchy in the hole. It's like that's why he had so much success at Boise. So we're really excited about him, and we're looking forward to him being a big part of what we're doing.
You had a few TFLs back to back. Is that like a good oil check for a player, in the preseason, or what do you make of that?
For sure, it's tough. You come into the preseason and I know I have one drive, and it's like I got to go make a play, and sometimes you press a little bit, and it's not exactly what you want. So the first game I knew they told me I was getting 3 plays, and then I ended up playing a couple more, and I'm like, then I'm done. You know what I mean? So first time get back on the field, and then today I felt even better, and being able to go and make some impact plays was awesome. Just being out there with the guys is what it's all about. But now it's getting closer and closer to the real thing. So definitely excited.